This is Entertainment Tonight, the most watched entertainment news program in the world.
The Barbra Streisand wedding video you won't see anywhere else.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
We're inside Barbara's house right before the ceremony as the designer of her wedding dress shares personal home movies with E.T.
Bo Derek speaks out for the first time since the death of her husband, John.
It's so weird and horrible what I've just experienced.
And then, Dodie's dad talks to Katie Couric, why he thinks the deaths of Diana and Dodie were no accident.
What leads you to believe, Mr. Fayed, that it was a conspiracy? Who would want Dodie and Diana dead?
Jerry Seinfeld.
This thing on.
Your first look as he warms up for his new TV special.
Plus, whatever happened to Ginger in the Entertainment Tonight cover story.
Everybody's bad as I never kissed their soul.
From her days on the island to working with Brad Pitt, the curvaceous castaway tells all.
Here on Gilligan Time.
This is Entertainment Tonight for Monday, July 20th, 1998, with the only video inside Barbra Streisand's home on her wedding day and Bo Derek on the loss of her husband. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Bob Goen.
And I'm Mary Hart. Thank you for joining us. As Bo Derek sat down with E.T. this weekend to talk about her new NBC TV drama, there was also news from NBC about how its comedy news radio will deal with the death of star Phil Hartman. But Bo was still recounting her sadness and shock following the death of her husband.
It's so bizarre, so macabre, so weird and horrible what I've just experienced that I don't know. What do I do?
It's been 2 months since Bo Derek's husband, John, died of heart failure. Now she's breaking her silence about her loss. Bo and her young co-star, Brian Gross, sat down with our Tony Potts and spoke about how her husband's death parallels her role as a widow on NBC's upcoming series, Wind on Water.
In some ways, will this be therapeutic?
We start shooting next month, and it may... What I've gone through personally is so personal that I don't know if I'll... If that will affect me. I have no idea. I find the hardest times are when it's quiet and I'm alone. Your father and I made a pact long ago to keep this land and work it.
Derek stars as the head of a Hawaiian ranching family. Although she has no children in real life, she can identify with the part. She shared a passion for ranching with her late husband.
I have a ranch that I've lived in for 18 years. So I'm into my third generation of horse breeding, and those are my kids.
Her on-screen kids are thrilled to be working with the woman who became an international sex symbol nearly 2 decades ago as the perfect 10.
My grandpa says he's going to watch it every week. He said he doesn't care if I'm on it. He's going to watch it no matter what.
His grandpa. Let's get to your dad,
My dad
at least.
There's also news from NBC that Phil Hartman's death will be worked into the season premiere of his show, News Radio. Phil's character, Bill McNeil, will die of a heart attack, and the other characters will hold an entertaining memorial service, much like the real one that was held for Phil last week. John Lovitz will take over as the show's anchorman on the season's 2nd episode.
That news from News Radio came at the weekend's NBC press tour, and one guy not at the tour was former NBC star Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry's out on a tour of his very own, sizzling down south in Texas.
I bet you're wondering what I think of San Antonio. I hope the temperature goes up.
As the Texas sun pushed thermometers past 100 outside, Jerry Seinfeld set fire to the San Antonio stage inside. Now fully rested after the end of his television show, the comedian is honing his stand-up comedy act with a tour of the U.S. that ends next month on Broadway. The final New York performance will be a bout broadcast on HBO. We have the exclusive first look at the pre-fight hype.
Is he ready? No, but he will be.
You know, he's been away a long time. I don't want to see him get hurt. He's not a kid anymore.
How long can he go? No way to know till he gets out there.
What's he needed for? It can't be the money.
I think he's got something to prove to himself.
It's low impact.
He's very boyish.
You'll be able to see if Jerry's still got the stuff of a champion live on HBO August 9th.
Hey, this thing on.
Jerry and his Seinfeld castmates are going to see if they can make another haul when the Emmy Award nominations are announced on Thursday. Then the awards are handed out on September 13th.
The top movie box office spot has been slashed with a giant Z. Antonio Banderas' Zorro rode to the top spot, raking in almost $23 million this weekend, followed by Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon 4 taking in just over $21 million, and Armageddon in the number 3 spot with $16 million. And Tom Hanks is all set to hit the beaches of Normandy to join the box office wars with his movie Saving Private Ryan.
We all feel so honored to be a part of it.
Ryan! Anybody know Ryan? 101st Airport?
We all feel lucky as professionals, and we feel quite fulfilled as creative artists, actors are. Sometimes I wonder if I've changed so much. My wife is even going to recognize me, whatever it is I get back to. But more than anything else, as human beings, we feel honored that we were part of the movie.
With Saving Private Ryan hitting theaters Friday, the talk is the two-time Oscar winner Tom Hanks could find himself highly decorated for his soldier story. But first, Tom picked up honors over the weekend at the Television Critics Association Awards for his work on the HBO miniseries From the Earth to the Moon.
So we're all kind of stunned. I didn't know these people got together and voted about such things, but I'm glad they did.
Hanks was recognized along with Ally McBeal's Callista Flockhart and Gary Shandling, and Tom credited his old sitcom bosom buddies as invaluable training.
I learned everything in my 2 years of television. I learned how not to be a loud, abrasive jokester to being a guy who can kind of handle the lines and know which camera is his at the right time. And I was able to do that just in time for the last 4 episodes of our second year.
And this may be only the first of many honors for Hanks this week. With Emmy nominations coming Thursday, From the Earth to the Moon could earn Tom a special call from the top award show in the television industry.
In the game, that's the Super Bowl when it comes down to if you're working in television. So everything that happens will be great.
With all of his success, Tom Hanks has, of course, rubbed shoulders with world leaders such as President Clinton. Well, now, so has Sylvester Stallone. President Clinton put him up to duke it out with Rocky at a Democratic fundraiser hosted by Sly at his Florida home.
There is big Brad Pitt movie news, and we have the scoop on his latest project. Also coming up on E.T., the never-before-seen pictures from Macaulay Culkin's wedding.
Plus, American Graffiti turns 25, and we've got the stars for its silver reunion.
E.T. turns back the clock for an American Graffiti flashback. Then, Dodi Fayed's father tells Katie Couric why he thinks Diana and Dodi were murdered and talks about the moment the couple first fell in love.
When you invited her family to join you on holiday, did you have matchmaking on your mind?
Next on E.T.
I'm going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time.
Oh, those lewd, rude, crude kids from South Park have taken TV comedy to a new, well, I guess a new low. Well, now the guys responsible for that animated mayhem are bringing more madness to the big screen. And E.T.'s Chris Raggi went along for the ride.
Oh, crazy.
Jenny McCarthy and Yasmin Bleeth team up with South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker for a slapstick play of sports and sex in Baseketball.
Nice to have a strong, handsome man like you on my side.
These guys said on the set it was non-stop sex.
There was a scene where I kissed Matt at the end of the movie. I told Matt in the scene to keep his mouth closed so I can be the crazy one and kiss him like, kind of like that. And I don't know if he got excited or what was going on, but he moved his head while I was moving my head around, and it sliced my lip open and blood went splurting everywhere. That's the take they used. So you'll see it in the movie.
Oh, wait! Just gonna make sweet love to Miss Ellen!
What?
The outrageous success of their animated series and infamous South Park sarcasm took Parker and Stone from the Hollywood lineup and bumped them into the big time and the big screen.
So you two have arrived. Big movie stars now. How does it feel?
Well, it is kind of odd driving down the street and seeing yourself on a billboard.
But it's not really us.
That.
Yeah, but it's not really us.
They
They used body doubles. They did. They took our heads,
and then somebody else.
Those bodies holding those balls, it's not us. Because we're looking at the thing, we're like, man, that's so weird. I was like, I don't have big veins in my arms like that.
Thanks, Chris. Baseketball tips off a week from Friday. Oh, and Brad Pitt is headed back to the big screen with Smuggler's Moon. He plans to star as one of two real-life marijuana smuggling brothers.
They were all just kids then. Harrison Ford, Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Howard, and Suzanne Somers. Together, they teamed up in a film about cruising in cool cars on hot summer nights. And now many of the familiar faces of American Graffiti have returned for a 25th anniversary reunion at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, hosted by E.T.'s Leonard Maltin.
It cost less than $1 million to make, and the cars played as big a part as the cast. But American Graffiti surprised everybody, earning 4 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture and Director. Do you have an explanation for why American Graffiti is so loved after 25 years?
I don't know. I think it's got a lot of heart.
I have a new car.
It also had an amazing cast that, besides Ron Howard, was mostly unknown and included Harrison Ford, Paul Le Mat, Mackenzie Phillips, Richard Dreyfuss, and Suzanne Somers, whose sole line was a silent, "I love you."
She spoke to me right through the window. I think she said, "I love you."
American Graffiti turns 25, and we've got the stars for its silver reunion.
I was thinking, oh my God, I'm kissing Opie.
I always loved that moment when the water balloon hits me in the face. They thought they'd sort of pull a little trick on me, and they threw it directly at my face. So I'm sort of laughing and angry.
Very funny.
I was interested in capturing the whole concept of cruising, and since I lived a lot of it, it was important to my life.
I had the pleasure of hosting this special screening where even the cast was amazed that 25 years had gone by.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
It's only been 15 years, hasn't it?
I should ask you about this co-star you had called Harrison Ford.
Harrison made $400 a week.
I was 12 years old, and all I thought was, wow, what a babe.
Some things never change.
So true, and thank you, Leonard. The 25th anniversary video re-release of American Graffiti hits stores September 15th, along with a documentary on the making of the film.
She was the American movie star stranded on a deserted isle. Now, coming up, the Entertainment Tonight cover story as Tina Louise reacts to Gilligan, Bob Denver, getting arrested for possession of pot. Plus, E.T.'s Barbra Streisand exclusive. The home videos from her wedding as the designer of Barbara's bridal gown shares new details about the dress. Next on E.T.
The princess was dead, along with her boyfriend Dodi and their driver. Since that tragic night in Paris, there have been questions about what really happened. Now the father of Dodi Fayed sits down with Katie Couric to make a shocking claim that it may have been murder.
What leads you to believe, Mr. Al-Fayed, that it was a conspiracy? Who would want Dodi and Diana dead?
The people who don't want to see Dodi to be stepfather for the future king.
As the one-year anniversary of the death of Princess Diana and Dodi Fayed approaches, his father is speaking out in a candid Dateline interview with Katie Couric.
Thinking about that night in Paris, do you think to yourself, if only I had done this, if only I had done that?
Never. I never blame myself because I believe I have done nothing. It's just destiny.
In a lighter moment, Katie gets to the heart of Diana and Dodi's romance as Mohammed Al-Fayed recounts his part in the couple's fateful first vacation.
When you invited her family to join you on holiday, did you have matchmaking on your mind?
How can you match? But she's here all the time. I know her for 15 years.
But did you think in the back of your head, did you think, you know, they might get together?
No, I have no idea. It's just never expected that. I promise you, never expected.
Dodi Fayed's father's full interview with Katie Couric airs on tomorrow's Dateline NBC. And it's hard to keep a secret when you're Prince William or Harry. The royal siblings were set to star in a play that actress Emma Thompson had written for a surprise party celebrating their father, Prince Charles' 50th birthday. However, the British tabloids caught wind and spilled the beans.
She was the movie star, stranded on Gilligan's Island with an odd cast of castaways and an inexplicably endless supply of glamorous gowns. Well, today, what began as a 3-hour tour has turned into a lifetime of memories. And Tina Louise talks about them all in the Entertainment Tonight cover story.
My name is Ginger.
I was just a baby and totally fearless. Totally fearless at that time. It was just fun, you know, everything was fun.
She was the 60s ultimate sex kitten, Ginger Grant, movie star.
I don't think I ever kissed anyone on that show. Everybody's fantasy, I never kissed a soul.
She was just a struggling actress and singer when she was invited to join the crew of the SS Minnow.
Turned into 3 years and an eternity.
She says Bob Denver was great fun to work with, but she was shocked by his arrest last month for marijuana possession. It was rumored the drugs came from Mary Ann, Dawn Wells, whose spokesperson told us those reports were false. Tina heard the news from her daughter.
Mom, she said, Bob's been busted and Dawn Wells sent him the stuff. I said, what's the punchline? I mean, I thought it was a joke.
Despite Ginger's popularity, Tina felt she was typecast in the role and chose not to appear in Gilligan reunion specials after the show was canceled.
When I was interviewed and they would say, how does it feel like, you know, being a sex symbol, I never liked it.
Instead, Tina focused her attention on feature films. And in 1992, she starred opposite an up-and-coming Brad Pitt in Johnny Suede.
Oh, boy, is he cute, yeah. I remember I read with him, actually, for the part, and I said, God, he is really cute. He's really good.
I'm in the mood for love.
Now, Tina Louise is celebrating her past with a re-release of her 1957 album, It's Time for Tina. But she knows to her fans she'll always be Ginger.
Everybody loves it. And I get that love all the time from everybody. It's in their smile.
Here on Gilligan Time.
Tina's CD, It's Time for Tina, is in stores right now. And, of course, Gilligan's Island continues to sail daily on TBS. And on tomorrow's Entertainment Tonight, two witches named Sandra and Nicole and their secret potion for a world premiere.
Got a black magic woman.
Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman. Only we have your first look at the brand new witchcraft they're brewing on the big screen.
Hang on to your husbands, girls.
It's magic, murder, and romance as Sandra and Nicole cast a sexy spell in their new movie.
It was a curse, wasn't it? He died because I loved him so much.
And then, Martha Stewart's wedding week.
Oh, how pretty. Another perfect fit, Michelle.
From the gown to the veil to the shoes, Martha takes one lucky bride on a Vera Wang shopping spree and plans a dream wedding. That's tomorrow.
People magazine showed photos of Barbra Streisand as a vision of beauty at her own wedding. But now we have the home video from inside Barbra's home on her big day from the woman who designed her dazzling dress. They're the voices of admiring friends and family as Barbra Streisand poses for photos just hours before her wedding.
But I can't shoot that.
Picture perfect. That's your entire attitude. That's fantastic.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my God. This is stunning. There you go. Turn a little bit more.
Love it.
It's perfect.
Only E.T. can give you a glimpse of the moments before Barbra said I do, surrounded by those closest to her, including manager Marty Ehrlichman, assistant Renata Busser, and designer of her gorgeous gown, Donna Karen, who after seeing the bride was moved to say, when the delicate crystal beads on tulle caught the light, Barbra looked like she was sprayed with thousands of sparkling stars. The dress took on Barbra's special radiance. This home video was shot in the formal living room of Barbra's secluded Malibu estate on July 1st, the second anniversary of her first date with James. But it's safe to say nothing took breaths away like Barbra in her 15-foot veil and wedding gown. They are a beautiful couple, and E.T. has pictures from another celebrity photo album, Macaulay Culkin's wedding to Rachel Miner. The couple tied the knot last month. Both bride and groom are 17 years old. And we'll be right back.
Who starred as Sonny in the sitcom Bosom Buddies? Is it Tom Hanks, Peter Scolari, or Donna Dixon? Your answer's next in the E.T. Birthday.
Throwing an E.T. birthday bash today. Who starred as Sonny in the sitcom Bosom Buddies? It's Donna Dixon, who is 41 today.
Carlos Santana is 51, Kim Carnes turns 52, and Diana Rigg is 60.
Emma Every day it's a battle in daytime as Oprah, Rosie, and Jerry Springer square off for ratings.
Yeah, but Thursday night they turn into clay for MTV's Celebrity Deathmatch. But we take you ringside now for a preview as we say goodnight.
Kersplat.
With each other and are now turning the heat on Jerry.
Johnny, it looks like they're working towards that double wishbone again.
What about my final thought?
Sorry, pal. You just had your final thought.
These two ladies are really hammering each other.